Don't bring me back. Don't bring me. Don't.
Welcome back, you guys. So today we're going to be working on a M&P shield. Now, we've done one of these in the past, ended up getting a lot of reviews on it and kind of a lot of feedback overall. There seems to be a lot of people out there that have the shields and want to have some stuff done, and there's just not a lot of love on the market compared to some of the other stuff. So, of course, somebody has reached out to me, said, hey, can you do my shield? And I said, sure. So, the difference between the last video and this video is that the last one was done on the Precision Matthews, this one's going to be done on the Tormach, but also we had a design change, okay? So what that means is if you go back and you watch my other video, you're going to see that what we did was we ran a ball nose down through here on this edge here to basically shave that text off, and then we went ahead and ran a pocket here and a pocket here that went all the way through that were slanted forward, and then we did a top pocket on the top, and obviously we matched the other side. Now, one of the changes that we have on this one is that we're not going to shave the side. Okay, so one of the things that after I had done that, I kind of gave it some more thought, went back through it a little bit better, and had realized that shaving the side isn't a bad thing, but you have to come up so close on this side. So basically you come down here, then once you get to the edge here, you have to slant back like this. And the transition isn't really all that great. I'm not going to say it's horrible, but it could be better. This side's not so bad because there's not a whole lot of material between here and where that slope is. But on this side, what you end up getting is essentially you get a line that goes like that. It's not really going to write on here with this pen, but you guys get the idea. You can see a little scratch mark there. It's going to be like that, and then it's going to start going that way. So the idea is that from here to here is ball nose down, and it looks kind of odd, I would say. Maybe just a little bit different considering we're not going into the curve and we're also not coming back as far as to shave the actual rear section on either side. So what we're going to do on this one is we're actually going to do a slanted shave. So we're going to do a small pocket that's going to go this way, and then it's going to come up and back across, and that's going to come down just enough in order to remove the material, and then we're actually going to have our two pockets inside of here with our split wall that's still existing. So it's going to be just a little bit different than the other video. And guys, at the end of this video, if you haven't seen the other one, you're just not sure what I'm talking about, I'll have a link posted at the end. So at the very end of the video, you can click on and you can watch the old one. There's definitely nothing wrong with the old design. It just seems that this one might come out a little bit better, a little bit nicer. And that's kind of what we're all about here, is just to kind of evolve as we go. So guys, let's go ahead and take you through it. We're going to start with the left side right here, and let's see what we come up with. Alright guys, well, we are all set with the left hand side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy out of here. Let's just do a real quick sandblast on it, and let's just take a look and see what we have before we move on to the right hand side. Alright guys, well, this thing came out really nice. However, we do have a problem, and we're going to talk about it here, and then we're going to fix it, and then we're going to come back. So one of the things is this is a new design, so I'm going to bring you guys out just a little farther. You can see this. So this is a new design. Obviously, you're not seeing that we have the shave down, which we had on the other one, and it does look really nice. However, the issue is that this text is still showing here just ever so slightly right on this edge. And I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer. We can see that. See that right there? Looks like the line is kind of butchered right in there. So one of the deals is that it would be really nice and easy just to say, oh, let's leave it. It's not really that bad. Once you color it, you're probably not going to see it. But that's not really the right way to go about doing it, and that's not really what I'm about. I'm about kind of doing it the right way. if it takes me an extra amount of time to go back through it, to correct it, to make it right, especially from there going forward. Anybody else that would send me a shield that wants to have a shield done, it would all be done the correct way. So that's kind of what I'm about, and that's what we're going to do now. So unfortunately, I've got to put it back into the CNC, get it all set up and queued back up, but I need to make a correction right there where that text is. So let's go ahead and make that correction. I'll sandblast it one more time. Let's go ahead and bring it back. Let's take a look at it once it's been fixed. Alright guys, well, you are able to see that we are now all shaved like we're supposed to be right here. So this is where the area was that we had an issue. It also didn't cause any problems with the bottom here, so we didn't start coming into this lip or anything like that. So real nice, came out just super clean now overall compared to what it would have been with those little chips that would have been left there with that existing text. But guys, let's not spend a lot of time on that. Let's go ahead and move to the right side and let's bring it back. Alright guys, well, we were able to finish up the right hand side. I also had to make some adjustments on this side because the text was a little bit farther forward on the right side than it was on the left side. So one of the reasons why, you know, if you go back and watch my other video, you'll see I ball nosed it and ran it out the edge, was just to shave all that text off. And quite honestly, after doing it on both sides, my opinion is that it's probably quicker just to run a ball nose and then just literally shave the entire side off. However, I do believe that this looks better overall because we're more catering it to the actual design of the slide and not just shaving the side for purposes of removing text. So in other words, this pattern kind of matches the overall pattern of what we're doing a little bit better. So one of the things that I had to make a change on the right hand side was, since we had more text here, it was a little bit farther forward, I ended up redesigning the overall shave down. And then I had to go back and put this one back in and fix it on this side. So basically the issue is that on the left hand side of your gun, the text is really tall. Okay, so it's higher over here, and on the right hand side of the text, or the right hand side of the slide, the text is farther forward than the other side. So each one of them they're not exactly the same. I mean, obviously it's not the same lettering. One says, you know, this side says Smith & Wesson and the other side says M&P. So it's one of those deals where they're not obviously the same. They're not catered exactly the same when they're made. However, I needed a pattern that would match the both of them overall and make it aesthetically pleasing to both sides without going into where the barrel locks up. So had to make a correction on this side, had to flip it back over, put it back in, and make a correction on this side, so that way the fronts would match on each side. So guys, now that we're past all the hard stuff, let's go on and do the top. We're going to be doing a pocket on the top with a chamfer. Overall, I would say I'm really happy with the way the top turned out. Nice even pocket right up on the top here. We have a little chamfer that we did on the outside. Nothing real crazy or deep, but just enough to deburr it, kind of just dial it up just a little bit better, make it look just a little nicer. But you know, overall guys, I think my take on this project was, you know, doing it right, I mean, and that, first and foremost, doing it right was kind of the key point here throughout this project. And, you know, the idea behind it was getting off the normal path. And that was, you know, the old style was a ball nose with the text removal on the side. So, you know, we ball nosed it, we came down the end and we removed that text. But now we've created a somewhat of a really small shave that removes the text on both sides, and it kind of works fairly well with the design of the pockets itself. So it's not like we're just shaving a side to remove the text and then adding our pockets. It kind of is all incorporated into one design. So really pleased with that. Going forward, this will be kind of the only one that I'm offering. It looks just a little bit nicer. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But guys, really what it comes down to is doing it right, you know, and anybody can do a project and get halfway through it and say, oh man, that didn't turn out like I had planned. Or that's close enough, you know what I mean? And they kind of just leave it with that, and they really don't push forward and do it the right way. And as I've said before, guys, that's just not me. It needs to be done right. When it comes in to my shop here, I'm going to treat it like it's my own. I know some of you guys that send me stuff is pretty filthy and pretty dirty when I get it, and maybe you just don't have high respect for your slides, or maybe you just run them a lot. But for me, it's kind of like, I'm gonna do it and do it right. You know what I mean? And I really want you guys to know that. So if it comes to me, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done right. And if there's a problem with something, you're gonna be the first to know. So we're not gonna just, you know, leave partial text on the side of a slide and say, well, we'll get it right on the next one, but this one's pretty close. It's just not acceptable. It's the work that I won't turn out just because I don't approve of that. So just know what you're buying into when you're sending me something to do for you. Know you're going to get top quality work on the return product. So just wanted to give you guys that kind of a little bit of an assurance when you send me information about a quote and whether or not it's going to be done right. So, but guys, hey, you know where to find me. You know, that's really what it comes down to. Instagram, Facebook, obviously YouTube. Go to NCEngravers.com. On the bottom of the page, you can find all of our links to where we are. We are doing a $50 credit giveaway, gift certificate type deal. So if you're thinking about having something done, go to our Facebook page, like us, share us. We have a couple rules to it, but scroll down a little bit and you'll see that we're giving away $50 worth of credit towards whatever you want. At the end of the year. So right at the end of the year, right at the turn of the year into 2018, we will pick a winner, and somebody's going to go, you know, kind of walk away with $50 off of whatever they want to have done. So that's kind of cool. It doesn't cost you anything. You just need to go over there and hit like and follow the rules, and you're in the drawing. So super, super cool. But guys, we've got a lot of other projects coming down, and trying to get them cranked out and turned out to you guys. Everything's kind of just been busy right now with work and with holidays, you know, here and all that. So I know it seems as though maybe I've been holding back on some of the projects, and they've taken a little bit longer to get them out than normal. But I am still working on them and trying to get them turned out for you guys. And it's just a real busy time for probably not myself, but probably for everybody. So just keep that in mind when just be a little patient, and you know, you'll see some new work as it comes out. So, but guys, text, email, call. Whatever it is you need to do to get a hold of me. My number is on Facebook, and it's also on NCEngravers.com. So you can call me. If you call me, leave a voicemail. If you text me, I'll probably almost immediately hit you back with what's going on. So thank you guys for everything that you do. You've pushed me higher this year to getting closer to where I want to be on YouTube as far as followers go. You know, subscribing, people that subscribe to me. So really cool there. I didn't think I'd get this high by the end of the year, and we still have a couple weeks to go. But we're at 13-ish, somewhere in there. And it'd be awesome if we could hit 15 by the end of the year. We'll just happen to see you know, what we turn out with and what we get. But either way, I'm really, really happy with it. So guys, if you need me, just give me a shout. Thanks.